Welcome back to Transfer Talk, everybody. Let's not waste any time today. Let's get straight into the week's biggest transfer stories. With Erik ten Hag thought to be arriving in the summer, Ralf Rangnick last night claimed there'd be up to 10 new faces arriving, with a full rebuild taking place at Old Trafford. Following this, reports have suggested that the United hierarchy will be pursuing Villarreal defender Pau Torres, and those reports stemmed from the Manchester Evening News. The Spaniard has impressed ever since emerging on the scene at Madrigal and has quickly become a mainstay at the heart of the Yellow Submarine's defence, making the most starts of any defender in the squad. Allegedly, the player is in no rush to leave his boyhood club, particularly given their outstanding run in this season's Champions League. It's the first time Villarreal have reached the semi-finals since 2005-06, with Torres featuring in every single minute. Given his superb form this season and the fact he's just 25, the La Liga club are expecting Europe's elite to circle. But they do hold a strong position as Torres' current contract runs until 2024 and includes a release clause of €60 million. According to the Express, Torres was high on United's centre-back shortlist last summer, with the Red Devils instead going for Real Madrid man Rafa Varane. However, like many in the United team, he has struggled terribly for fitness, missing 16 games this season at the time of writing. The 13-time Premier League winners seem to have little faith in their other options, which include Phil Jones, who's likely to leave the club, Eric Bailly, who's likely to leave the club, Victor Lindelof, who's going to stay, and Harry Maguire, who's had a horrendous campaign this season. Whilst Torres has been a consistent performer for Villarreal, the Spaniard boasts impressive ball-playing ability alongside his defensive strength, completing an average of 63 passes per 90, which would be higher than anyone in the United squad. But what do you guys at home think? Should United be spending €60 million on a centre-back when they might have to sign up to 10 players according to Rangnick? Let us know in the comments below. Staying in the northwest, Everton could be set to lose one of their star players this summer in RICHARLISON, according to reports from Football Insider. The Brazilian forward has been at Goodison Park now for 4 years, having joined from Watford for £50 million. However, he has reportedly informed his agent of his desire to play for a club that is competing in the Champions League. According to the report, his decision comes regardless of whether the Merseyside club stay up or not, with the Toffees deep in the relegation scrap at the time of recording. With 2 years left to run on his contract and still only 24 years of age, he's clearly one of the most highly valued members of the Everton squad, which is reflected in the numbers too. So far this season, no player has contributed to more goals in all competitions than the Brazilian, with 7 goals and 4 assists to date. Football Insider's report states that the club and the players' representatives have been in talks surrounding his future, although Richarlison is seemingly set to explore his options in the summer. Switching over to London now, and we move on to West Ham, who according to the Daily Mail are looking to secure the signature of Burnley's Nick Pope. The Hammers are enjoying an impressive campaign under David Moyes, having made a deep run in the Europa League while punching high up in the Premier League table, sitting just 5 points off 4th place. Moyes' side currently boasts both Lucas Fabianski and Alphonse Areola as their go-to options between the sticks, with the former being the preferred choice, having started the bulk of the London-based side's Premier League games. Areola, however, is currently only on loan with the club from Ligue 1 giants Paris Saint-Germain. With his deal expiring in the summer window, West Ham are said to be interested in signing the stopper on a permanent deal, although it's not all too clear on what the French club will ask for in the way of a fee. Should the Parisians and the Hammers find themselves unable to agree a fee, and with Fabianski 37 now, they've apparently seen Pope as a cheap potential option, should his current club see themselves relegated this season. With the Claret sitting in 18th, it would be a surprise if they'd be able to hold on to the England international, who will surely have plenty of Premier League suitors chasing his services. Sticking in London, Arsenal could be set to lose out on 2 players this summer, with French duo William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi both looking likely to permanently depart the Emirates, according to L'Equipe. Starting with Saliba, the 21-year-old defender has been under contract with the Gunners since 2019, despite having never made an appearance for the club. Currently on loan with Marseille, it was widely expected he would return to his parent club this coming window. However, the centre-back has cast doubt on his long-term future, telling Le Parisien recently that he remains uncertain on where that lies. According to the report, there's been interest shown in his services by La Liga side Atletico Madrid. It remains unknown as to whether or not Saliba has a place in the plans of Mikel Arteta, especially after the Frenchman said his manager judged him on 2.5 matches last year. Although Arteta did tell the press he feels there's a space for Saliba in his squad as recently as October 2021. Guendouzi, on the other hand, seems to have a much clearer picture of his Arsenal future than his compatriot. The midfielder joined Marseille on loan from Arsenal in 2021 on the back of a temporary stint with Hertha Berlin the previous campaign. The 23-year-old has largely impressed during his time back in his native homeland, and let's not forget that this deal was effectively a loan with an obligation to buy. Reports from the Evening Standard last month suggested the French outfit will take up that obligation at around £10 million. Next up we go to Chelsea, where it's fair to say that Lukaku has failed to live up to the lofty expectations many had of him when he returned last summer for a club record fee. Instead of battling out for the Golden Boot, the Belgian finds himself on a disappointing 5 Premier League goals, a far cry from the 24 strikes he registered for Inter Milan in Serie A last term. And now, according to Football Insider, he wants out. In fact, the forward has registered just 12 goals for Tuchel's side across all competitions, a drastic decline from his 2 seasons in Italy, where he smashed in 34 and 30 respectively in all comps. This lack of form was then compounded by that car crash of an interview with Italian television. According to that report, both Inter and Lukaku are interested in a reunion ahead of next season's campaign, although the move is going to be complicated, with the Italian champions only willing to take him back on loan due to the length of time remaining on his contract with Chelsea. Few could have expected this move to have gone as badly as it has, with no end seemingly in sight. The striker has recently been dropped by Tuchel for big games, including Chelsea's home defeat to Real Madrid in the Champions League and their FA Cup semi-final against Palace. With Lukaku unhappy and clearly underperforming, should the Blues cut their losses on a near £100 million investment? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Sticking with the theme of returns, we finish up today's episode with Newcastle, who've been linked with Brentford's Ivan Toney, according to the reliable Telegraph. The Bees forward has had a solid first season in the Premier League, having scored 12 goals in 28 top-flight appearances this campaign, and he's caught the attention of Eddie Howe's side. Toney, of course, previously played for the Magpies, having joined the club back in 15-16, although he would make just 4 appearances before being sent out on a string of loan spells that culminated in him being sold to Peterborough for £650k. During his time with the Cambridge outfit, he scored 59 goals across 2 campaigns before joining Brentford in the Championship, for whom he scored an impressive 31 goals for last season. Newcastle are currently lacking in the goals department, with £25 million January signing Chris Wood and Callum Wilson only combining for 8 goals between them. The report suggests that Toney will cost the Toon around £30 million should they wish to bring him back to St James's Park, which quite frankly seems cheap. Although with the Brentford forward having made some pretty disparaging remarks about the club this season off the pitch, it seems likely they'll part ways in the coming window. But Newcastle fans, I want to hear from you. Is Toney the man you want to lead the line? And are you disappointed to miss out on the likes of Darwin Núñez? Let me know in the comments below. So that's it for another episode of Transfer Talk. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.